let's have a little cozy day at home and decorate for Christmas. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name's Katie. I make lots of home, lifestyle, and Disney vlogs, so if that's your kind of thing, make sure you subscribe. But for today's video, I thought what we could do is have a little slow day at home. Now, I was planning on having a productive day at home and putting up all my decorations. I've just taken down all my fall decorations, and I was planning on doing like a little reset of my house before putting up my Christmas decorations. But this morning, unfortunately, I did wake up kind of sick. So instead, I think we're gonna have a little slow, cozy day. I do think it's gonna lift my spirits to put up my Christmas decorations, so I am still gonna decorate for Christmas, but this is kind of turning into like a slow, sick vlog. Normally I would make a coffee, but because I'm sick, I made a matcha instead. And I have this new little gingerbread mug. So I actually don't normally buy a lot of like seasonal mugs and things like that, just because I feel like they're not super versatile because you can't use them year round. So if you're not familiar, every year World Market, which is like a home goods and kind of like international foods type store, it's actually a really cool store. It's one of my favorites, but every year they do this thing called, this year it's called the Golden Elf. It's a scavenger hunt that they do every November, and I do it every year. It's like my favorite like little solo tradition that I do by myself, and I think it's so like silly and fun, and I just love it. This year I went and looked for the Golden Elf I think 3 times, and I finally found him on the 3rd try. I got $20 to spend in the store basically for free, so I ended up getting this little mug and a tea advent calendar. So in the month of December I'll get to try a new tea every day, and the teas that it came with just sounded so good. I thought it was kind of a fun thing to get that would just kind of like keep on giving and keep bringing me cheer. So that's what I decided to get, and that is how I ended up with this little Christmassy mug, but it's so cute. It's like this little gingerbready kind of mug. So yeah, I love it. But I'm gonna drink my matcha, and then I'll start getting the boxes out of the garage, which I think is probably gonna be the worst part of the day because I'm gonna have to kind of exert myself quite a bit to get the boxes out. I think that's the part I'm dreading the most, but once I get them out, I'm gonna be really happy to make my home feel so cozy and Christmassy. So hopefully you're not sick like me, but grab a cozy drink and let's have a little cozy day at home and decorate for Christmas. Pure chaos, but I have everything laid out on the couch. I just like to be able to like visualize everything that I have and kind of decide where to put it. I will say all of this stuff had a place in our apartment. I don't really feel like I have a specific place for everything in our new house. I didn't buy anything new this year. All of this stuff is stuff I had from my apartment, but I did not buy any Christmas decorations, and that is because I'm on a budget, so I'm trying not to buy a lot of stuff. I feel like it's a good amount. Like I said, I feel like our apartment was so much smaller, so it felt like a lot, but to be honest, this is just for the downstairs. Maybe a couple of these things I'll put in my office, but most of the stuff is going to be decorating the downstairs. But our house is pretty small. It should fill out the space pretty nicely still. She said, hello, you're taking up my whole spot. In a perfect world, I would love to have all of my decorations be themed, like for each room. Like I would love for the kitchen to be all gingerbread themed, and then like the living room to be kind of like Nordic mountain theme, and then my office to be like vintage, like very vintage theme. It would just be so pretty. Honestly, I'm obsessed with these Christmas decorations that we saw in Hollywood Studios last year, and like if I could have my whole house decorated like this, I would, but it would cost me a fortune, so I'm not buying any new Christmas decorations this year. I try not to get too wrapped up in like the coolest, most recent Pottery Barn Christmas decorations because it's just so expensive, and honestly, I love the Christmas decorations that I do have. The one thing I would eventually like to get is something to go on these band banisters by our front door. But garland is really expensive, and honestly I haven't found one that I like love. Like I really love the look of like cedar garland. I can't find one that I like for a good price. So for now we just have nothing, but I would love to put some garland on these railings. Honestly, I feel like these railings were made to have garland put on them, but that's something I've been wanting to do since I moved into this house, and I think it would look absolutely perfect. I think I'm gonna start by doing the mantle, just because I feel like that's really the only place in the house that I feel like has designated items for the mantle. Like of course, like my one garland that I do have, it goes on the mantle, kind of like where my fall stuff was. I do have some designated stuff for the mantle, so I guess I'll start there and then I'll just kind of go from there. But I do feel like this has been a very good distraction for me, and I do believe in like when I'm just a little bit sick. Now when I'm super sick, of course, like I'm totally in bed all day, but when I'm a little bit sick, I do feel like it really helps me to like have a goal for the day and to like do something even if I'm not working. And I feel like this is definitely taking my mind off of being a little bit sick. So I think this was definitely a good choice, but let's start with the mantle and then we'll kind of see what we have left. Moment for these cute little Disney figurines. These are one of my favorite things that we have, and we got you can pay a little bit extra and have them put like a date or something on there. So we had them put the date that we got married on here, which is so cute. One of my favorite things for sure. These always make me nervous because they're kind of wobbly and I would hate for them to break, so I always put them somewhere kind of off to the side where we're not going to be like, I don't know, no one's gonna bump it walking by. But look at how cute they are. I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone that I have Disney Christmas stuff, because of course I do. But I think I'm gonna I have like a big castle from Costco that Aaron bought me a couple years ago, and it's honestly one of my favorite things. It's so hokey. I love it so much, and I think I'm gonna put that in my office just because we don't have a lot of like big surfaces to put, like it's really big to put stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna put that in my office. But other than that, I mostly just decorate the downstairs. I am gonna put some string lights upstairs, but that's pretty much it. Most of the stuff is definitely gonna be down here because this is where we spend most of our time. Honestly, I go up there to edit the vlogs and to sleep. Most of our time is spent down on the main floor, so definitely gonna focus on this area. My throat is getting scratchier by the second, so I think I'm gonna make a tea with honey because I feel like that's just gonna hit a little bit better than my matcha did. My matcha definitely helped for a little while because it's so warm. It helps soothe, but now I think I need like something with honey. So I'm gonna make a tea, take a little bit of a break because I think I'm going a little bit too hard, and then finish up. But honestly, most of the hard part is done. I feel like the mantle is always the hardest because I have such a hard time like figuring out how to get it to lay right. For some reason, the garland that I have, I just have a hard time with it every year, but I feel like the hardest part is done, which is good. I do think I have to run to Target, so I'm not gonna buy any Christmas decorations, like I'm not planning on it, but I do need food for my dog, so I think we're gonna do a little Target run. I'm just gonna see what they have for Christmas stuff, if they have any stuff out yet, because it's still November, it's not yet Thanksgiving, but usually they have their stuff out. I thought it would be fun to kind of look while we're there. I kind of want to get the house done first before we venture out to Target, but I do want to, you know, take a quick gander at the Christmas stuff. While I drink my tea, I'm gonna play Mastermind, which is basically where you like guess what outfits Taylor Swift is gonna wear on the Eras tour. So if you're not a Swiftie, she wears all these different outfits and you basically guess which outfit she's gonna wear, and then you get points based on how many you get right. So it's on an app. It did cost $1 called Swift Alert, but they do give out real prizes. So like I think one time they gave out like a folklore cardigan, like it was like a good prize. I am gonna play Mastermind. I'm absolutely terrible at it, but it's fun. So basically when you go in for each one, so starting with Lover, you can look at the outfit history, which is kind of interesting. So it shows you like what she wore last night, what she wore the night before, and then the night before that was my show. Seeing my own show on there actually is making me so sad. I'm gonna go through while I drink my tea and submit my entries for Mastermind because I'm definitely gonna be watching the live stream later. I used to be like kind of a casual live stream watcher of the Eras Tour, but now that there's only a few shows left, I've really been like watching every single one. Like I don't want to miss anything, and I do think she could potentially announce Reputation. Yes, I am still clowning for Reputation, Taylor's version, so I don't want to miss anything. So I've definitely been like I've definitely been watching all the live streams since my show. It does make it more fun when you guess the outfits because then you can see if your guesses were right. So I'm gonna go through and do that while I drink my tea. And I'm not gonna do like a haul. Honestly, I just got like a bunch of essentials that I needed. But the one thing I am kind of excited about was I got some Christmas lights. I've actually been looking for new Christmas lights because last year when I took my Christmas lights out to decorate my tree, so this was probably past Thanksgiving, half of the lights didn't work, and then I couldn't find lights that I liked. So I ended up just using like 1 or 2 strands on the tree, and I vowed that I would look for lights a little bit earlier because part of the problem was that everything was sold out by that time, like at my like local stores, and I really like to be able to see it in person before I buy it because I don't like the really harsh white LED lights, and that's almost what everything is now. So I got some. This is exactly what I was looking for last year, honestly. They're these little globes, and they're like a warm LED rounded globe. So I think this is gonna be really pretty. Honestly, I love those. Like, I think there's a Home Depot one. I think that one like glistens or whatever it's called. Glimmers, what is it called when it like flashes kind of? There was a really popular Home Depot tree, but I don't do artificial trees, so I really wanted lights like that. I actually saw a similar one at Lowe's, so then I was like, well, maybe I can find the lights at Lowe's. Well, they didn't sell them, so they're surprisingly hard to find, but I wanted something like kind of different. I do like an all white tree. I feel like it's really pretty, but I hate that like harsh LED like bluish white. So I think this is honestly perfect. I didn't get anything else from the Christmas stuff. It was honestly kind of hilarious that I was like, I don't know if Target has their Christmas stuff out yet. It was so Christmassy in there. Like there was so much Christmas stuff out. Like they were basically like fully stocked. And I feel like normally I wait too long to go look at the stuff and then everything is gone. So I'm glad I at least went and looked before everything kind of sold out. But I did not buy anything. I actually don't think anything this year is like spectacular. I have like more of those like little Christmas trees that I will ever need ever in my whole life. So I cannot buy any more. But there's definitely some cute stuff, but I wasn't tempted by anything other than I really needed these Christmas lights. So I'm really happy that I found these. But for dinner tonight, because I am still feeling a little bit sick, I got some soup. I just need something warm. But that is it for this vlog. It was kind of different than what I was anticipating for the day, but I still feel like it was a good day. I definitely took it easier than what I was expecting initially. I probably should have taken it even more easy and just kind of like slowed down a little bit, but I have a really hard time doing that. So even this morning before Aaron left for work, he was like, make sure you relax today. And I was like, you know that I'm not good at that. So it's just the Virgo in me. I don't know. For the next video, I think we're gonna go get our Christmas tree. So in Colorado, you can go chop down your tree out in the woods. It's always one of my favorite videos to make, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. But I really hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I will see you in the next video. Whoa.